Hi everyone, my name is Ku'ule, or you can just call me Sweet Lay. Anyways, I'm going to document my life in Hawaii in 14-day quarantine. I'll go ahead and take off the mask now. Anyways, this is what happens when you decide to leave the islands and go visit family or just vacation. When you come back to the islands, you're required to do a 14-day quarantine in your home, your hotel, your beach house, Airbnb, or whatever you want to call it. So I decided to take a trip to visit my family. I was missing them so very much. And you out there that have grandkids know exactly what I'm talking about and what I'm going through. I miss my granddaughter dearly and soon to be grandson. So I decided, you know what, it's worth it. I'm gonna go take this trip. And I understood coming home, I would be in quarantine for at least 14 days. So I thought about it and went, I think I'm gonna document it. I want people to really see what it's like to be stuck in your house for 14 days. You cannot go anywhere. And when I say anywhere, you can't go buy your groceries. You can't exercise in any way or form unless it's in your own yard. If you decide to rent a beach house, the beach is off limits to you because that's public property. So I guess you could stand on the lawn or the little beach that may be private on that particular property that you are renting out or that you own. So anyways, I did this. I knew this was going to happen. But oh boy, I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be. And mind you, I'm only in day 3. So it's 11 more days that I have to go through this. So I decided, what the heck? I'm going to document it. Let everybody know out there if you decide to come to Hawaii or if you decide to leave Hawaii and then come back. This is what you're in for. Day 1, got in to the Honolulu International Airport. When you get off the flight, they have the National Guard out right now and they're doing all the heat. So it's like a heat sensor. You come through, it's kind of checking your temperature to see if you have a temperature or not. And then you come through and then people wave you off into separate lines. You have one line for those that are coming down just strictly for business, military on orders, or flight crew. And then the other is for just regular people like me coming back home to Hawaii where I reside. And now I have to stand in this line, fill out paperwork stating where I'm going to be, and that I understand this is the requirements, that it's 2 weeks or 14 days in quarantine. And mind you, I went with my husband. My husband came back earlier, so he has started his quarantine a few days prior to mine. So anyways, I get to the line. They make me sign off. They call you on your cell phone. You have to have a phone. Somebody asked me that, well, what happens if you don't have a phone? Well, you have to have some form of a phone or a way to get them to be able to get in touch with you. If not, from what I understand, they'll turn around and send you right back where you came from, even if you're a resident, because in their eyes, if you're a resident, you should have some form of communication, whether it's a landline or a cell phone. So anyways, we come through and I filled out the paperwork. She called my phone right then and there. She made me look at it, check it. She made sure that she saw it all done. You have to have somebody come pick you up, obviously, or you have to drive directly home, or you have to have an Uber or taxi take you exactly to where you're going to go. So anyways, residents. So when you come home, I got picked up, was able to grab my bags from baggage claim, got picked up and was told I have to go directly home. So I went ahead and did that. I came directly home, not really grasping or thinking about what is required on this 14 days, things that you can't do. I mistakenly thought for sure I can exercise. So whether it's running or working out or going to the beach, just to do a swim or to surf or paddleboard, I just assumed that we were allowed to do that. No. No. You can exercise, but it has to be in your house or on your own property. You cannot exercise off your own property or wherever you're staying. And for those that may be staying or vacationing in Hawaii that decide to just go for it and come anyways and see what happens, whether you abide by the 14-day quarantine rule or not, from what I understand, I don't think you can even go to a hotel gym or even leave the property of the hotel. So, anyways, I went ahead, came straight home. Really didn't think about it. I said, okay, well, at least I can go to the grocery store and get us groceries. No, can't do that either. So I decided to read, to actually take the time and read on what is required in Hawaii for 14-day quarantine. So, anyways, I decide I'm going to go ahead and read it. So I start to read it and realize you can't. You can't go to a gym. You can't go to the beach. You can't go running. You can't go walking. You can do that on your own property, like I said, but you can't do it outside where the public is. Grocery store, you can't do that. You can't go to the bank. You can't even do a doctor's appointment unless it's an emergency. And if it's an emergency, you go to the hospital and you need to tell them that you are still in your 14-day quarantine. Other than that, you can't even go to the store to get your medication. You have to have somebody else do it, or as the state says, you can pay to have somebody do it for you while you're on your quarantine. Did not know this, had no idea. So here I am thinking, oh, great. I'll just run up to the grocery store. It's right near my house. I'm lucky enough that it's right up the street from my house. No. So unfortunately, I had to kindly ask my 70-plus-year-old mother-in-law if she would not mind running to the store for us to grab us some stuff. Things that I thought I was going to be able to get. And unfortunately found out I could not. So she definitely was willing to get out of the house. So she's like, yeah, not a problem. So that's another thing. You have to have somebody go and be willing to do all the things that you normally would do, even with not quite opening up the state of Hawaii, right? So right now we can go to banks, grocery stores, supermarkets, grocery stores, I should say, like our shopping malls, Ala Moana, Pearl Ridge, Windward Mall, wherever it is. You can go to the beach. You can't have more than 10 people in a group, but you can still be with family. This, no. They even tell you not to have people come to wherever you are staying, so that just in case you have it or you're asymptomatic, that you don't give it to anyone else. So here, gotta wear a mask anyways in the state of Hawaii. Gotta wear it at all times. From what I understand, they're even making it a requirement for some, for those children that play sports. So don't know how that's gonna work. Just walking and sitting and breathing in a mask is quite difficult. But anyways, if once you get off quarantine, this is required. But prior to that, no, you're staying in, so you don't actually need it. Unless you are with somebody elderly, and hopefully you've made arrangements for that. But anyways, like I said, day one, got in, kind of readjusted, thought, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Only 2 weeks, really? You can do this. It is not as easy as I thought. For me, it's day 3 in quarantine, and I'm going a little nuts. I mean, just a teensy bit nuts. So anyways, day 1, got home kind of late, so no problem. Day 2 comes, and I'm just like, okay, I can sleep in. I'm looking at the positives, right? I can sleep in, take long showers, just kind of relax. And then that's when it dawned on me, hey, you can't go to the beach. You do understand that. You can't go and do your morning swim that you're so used to, or go paddleboarding. I'm like, okay, I can handle this. Okay, not a problem. Like I said, I'll sleep in. I had 2 cups of coffee. I'm going to putter around. I'm going to stretch all the things I want to do. I'm going to stretch it out so it lasts me 14 days. And it was so funny because my husband made a comment. He goes, hey, remember you got 14 days. Don't do everything in one day. And again, it's just me and my husband. So like, there's not much for me to do. So I decided, well, I'm going to give it a good clean. I'm going to give my floors a good cleaning. 2 hours later, I'm sitting on the couch wondering, now what? Well, might as well watch Netflix, catch up on a few things that I wanted to watch that I didn't when I was on my vacation. Okay, well, start looking at the clock. Oh, maybe I can have lunch now. Oh God, when is dinner gonna happen? Oh my God, don't eat this, don't eat that, because you can't work out like you used to. And I'm not young anymore, so it's not like food just bounces off of me, because it doesn't. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. All right, so day 3. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, I get it, but I don't. Um, did the same thing. Thought I could sleep in. Nope. Got up super early as usual. Had my cup of coffee. Figure, well, I'll do laundry. I'll take my time doing that. Oh, I've got some work I've got to do on, on my computer. I can do that. Oh, okay, I've got to talk to my son about a few business things in the mainland. Okay, done. Then I sat there and said, okay, now what? And then you start questioning why. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, really? You're asking why? It's so that other people don't get infected, right? Maybe you went somewhere in the mainland and they didn't have the same rules or regulations, and boom, you got infected. Now you're coming home, you don't want to infect anyone else. I get it. I could do 7 days, but 14 starting to make me wonder. Thinking, I am confused. Truly. I thought the CDC says that within 2 to 3 days you have symptoms unless you're asymptomatic. But why 14? I don't get it. I think you would know right away if you're sick. So I haven't heard of anybody after 12 days in quarantine, they got sick. So I guess I started questioning myself, or questioning the reason why. I could see 7 days. I definitely could, and that's doable. But the more you start to think about it, 14 days. Wow, to preoccupy myself for 14 days. And I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, you're so lucky. You're at home relaxing for 14 days. And you knew what you were getting into. Yes, I did know what I was getting into. I knew it was going to be 14 days. I really wish I read everything, that maybe I would have rethought when I decided to go to take this vacation. Definitely worth it because, got to be with the grandbaby for all those days that I was in the mainland. But now you start to look at things and wonder, and that's when it dawned on me, why not blog it? Why not show what my everyday life is like in 14-day quarantine? It's pretty much going to be Groundhog Day, right? You do the same thing over and over, and then you're trying to find things to make your day exciting or make it go by as quick as possible, right? You want it to be 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night so you can go relax and then fall asleep and boom, do it all over again. Groundhog Day, I call it. But I thought, well, why not make this a positive? Why not try and find different things you can do? Maybe start an art project you've always thought of. Maybe clean something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe do something in your yard that you've always wanted to do, whether it's planting or building. You did it already on lockdown, and then now you're on 14-day quarantine, and now you have no excuse, right? It's not like you can just leave your house, jump in your car, and just drive for a little bit, or just go to the beach and just kind of relax, or go to the park and just kind of decompress. No, you can't do that. You're stuck in your house every single day for the next 14 days. So I thought, I'm going to blog it. I'm going to show you what it's really like. And to tell you, you're probably going to be bored out of your butt when you see what it is to have 14 days in your house. I don't know how those are doing it if you live in an apartment. I still don't get the idea that if you came here on vacation, that you're willing to stay in your hotel room for 14 days. Really? Would I pay that kind of money, or any type of money, to come somewhere to sit in a hotel room for 14 days, knowing that I can't even step on the beach? That even got me wondering. And don't even get me started with that one. But anyways, again, my name is Kule, new to all of this, YouTube and starting a channel. And I thought, why not? I'm going to show you what it is to do 14 days of quarantine in Hawaii. Aloha and thank you.